Good morning. Good morning. That was so much better, so much better. So welcome to all of you. I am Reverend Kirsten Boswell, University Chaplain and Dean of Multi-Faith Engagement. And this space is Newman Lumen, our weekly time to come together to hear the stories of our community and just to share some time together and to share some good music. So it is so good to see all of you this morning. I am going to invite our singer, musician forward in just a moment. Our music today is from Alli Brandon, who is class of 2027. Alli is an elementary and special education major from Michigan, and she is also an Elon and North Carolina teaching fellow and a student leader, and I've seen her in this capacity many times, in Fire of the Carolinas marching band. She also works at the Center for Leadership as well as the Truett Center and is a Leadership Prize scholar as well as co-directs the Music for Leaf. So Alli is very busy and we are thankful to her for giving us a little bit of time this morning. Thank you.
Away.
The challenges we face expand our perspectives. The moments that leave us speechless have the power to change lives. The stories we tell will help us to make sense of these challenges, the moments and everything in between. So we're here to hear words from Reverend Sharon Wheeler, to hear her story. Reverend Sharon Wheeler is the associate pastor at Elon Community Church, just around the corner pretty much. And Sharon is a colleague, someone that I have worked with many times in our sharing time together and the services that we work on together. And so I'm very excited to hear her this morning, very happy to welcome her to our Newman Lumen space. As many times as I have worked with Reverend Sharon, I did not know until last week that she was a 1978 graduate of Elon. I did not know that you were an alum, so welcome back. She is an alum with a BA in elementary education, worked for 34 years at LabCorp, and then felt the call to ministry. And so studied at Lancaster Seminary between 2004 and 2007, and then was called to Elon Community Church in 2007 part-time, and then became full-time in 2015. So welcome, Reverend Sharon. We are so happy to hear from you this morning.
Well, good morning. Thank you so much for welcoming me in the space today. She just told you a little bit about me. Yes, I grew up right here in Burlington, North Carolina. You might call me a Burley, as that's what some of the students refer to those of us that are locals here. I went 2.5 years to Appalachian State University, and in 1977 transferred to Elon to get married between my junior and senior year of college. My parents both were Elon grads. They graduated in 1955. My mom was the homecoming queen, and my dad had a scholarship for baseball and basketball back in those days under Doc Mathis, if I remember his name correctly. But I never thought I would return to this neighborhood. And lo and behold, returning to study to be a minister 17 years ago, I was called to Elon Community Church, a church that was born right here on the campus of Elon University. So it's great to be in the neighborhood. So back in the fall, I preached a sermon on World Communion Sunday that I wanted to share with you parts of it today. It was a day that we gathered around the table with many others throughout the world having communion on that Sunday. And the scripture lesson that day was the Good Samaritan story. Just a recap is that this man's walking along, he gets robbed, he gets beaten, they leave him for dead. A priest and a Levite come by and for whatever reason didn't stop. But a Samaritan stopped and took care of the man and put him up in an inn, a Samaritan who really was very different from this man lying in the road. So this story with its many parts, the gist of this story was no matter what, we look after our neighbor. So then I shared with my congregation the story of Mr. Rogers, Mr. Fred Rogers. He was someone who grew up overweight and shy as a boy. He was often bullied. In high school, he blossomed, though, and he became student council president. He went on to college, and after went to work at a children's show in Pittsburgh on PBS called The Children's Corner. Then he went back to school to be a Presbyterian minister, but he never served in a local congregation. In 1977, he went back to PBS, where he created Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was there where he taught children how to live and love your neighbor. He stuck his feet in the pool with a policeman who happened to be black. And this was a time when white and black people were not allowed to swim together. He brought in a child in a wheelchair to set out to teach children of accepting everyone, no matter what their mobility. He taught children about their emotions. He taught them about nature and animals. But most of all, he showed them how to be a good neighbor. So why do I tell you this story? Because in the early years of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, there was a lot going on in the world. There was racism, there was war, there was inequity. And he felt the need to educate children about what it means to be a neighbor. Some of those things that were going on in the 60s and 70s, we see going on in this world today. In my own life, I saw segregation as an elementary school student, and I saw integration as I entered high school, junior high school, and high school. My friend's dad owned a local seafood restaurant where people of color came to the back door and whites came to the front. And I never really understood that. We need, in a world today, I think we still need a little bit of Mr. Rogers. We need his calm and soothing voice that helps us wipe away the worries of the day and the bad things around us. We need to learn from him how it is okay to dip your toes in the pool with someone who doesn't look like you or think like you or worship like you or love like you. In this moment, we need to listen to one another instead of arguing with one another. In this moment, we need to be like Mr. Rogers, where we take the opportunity to educate and demonstrate what it means to be a neighbor and to love your neighbor. In this moment, we need to learn the art of forgiveness and the art of saying, I'm sorry, when we have hurt someone. Those are hard things to do. I was raised in a church that loved me, accepted me, encouraged me to be the example of what Jesus taught, to love your neighbor as yourself. And I think for me, loving my neighbor has been easier than loving myself. I've been married 3 times, once to a physically abusive alcoholic husband, once to an emotionally abusive Christian legalist who, when I felt called to ministry, told me women can't teach men. But then he said, oh, well, God told me it was okay for you to be a youth minister. And then my last husband, who I call the good one, had things going on in his life in 2020 that he decided to walk away from our marriage due to the things that we just didn't talk about and things that were happening to him that he didn't communicate. These things have hindered my loving myself because I wasn't good enough. To husband number 1, I was the short, fat wife. And when I lost 30 pounds, I was the slightly less short, fat wife. To husband number 3, I needed to learn independence, which is true because I got married for the first time when I was still in college and truly never had been on my own at 65 years old. In this moment, my self-esteem has grown. I went out and bought a car this weekend because I totaled mine the other week, but I did it all by myself. Do I still lack confidence? Sometimes. In this moment, I'm learning to love myself more and more each day, but it is hard. In this moment, I have a church who loves and supports me. In this moment, I'm the advisor to Kappa Delta sorority here on campus, and those girls love and affirm me. In this moment, I make mistakes, as we all do from time to time. In this moment, I still have self-doubt. However, in this moment, I choose to be a neighbor, one that's reaching out to someone in need, accepting each individual as who they are, as who they were made to be, no matter what their race, their religion, their gender identity, their sexual orientation, or even their political affiliation. We all deserve to be loved and accepted. So my challenge to you this day, in this moment, my prayer for you is to leave this place wanting to be a good neighbor. In this moment, I hope that you will look at one another in a manner that you see that we are more alike than we are different. In this moment, I hope that you go dip your toes in a pool with someone different from you and share your stories. And I'm going to leave you with this. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, maybe not. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in the beauty wood. It's a neighborly day for our beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I've always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please, please won't you be my neighbor? Neighbors are people who are close to us, and friends are people who are close to our hearts. I like to think of you as my neighbor and my friend. So go from this place wanting to be a neighbor who loves each other. Amen.
Bless the friend that has you over for a cup of tea. Bless your mama's Corningware from 1983. Bless this little rental house, maybe someday we can buy. We're poor as dirt right now, maybe time's still on our side. And last year you learned that everything you knew was wrong. The year the world was quiet, and in its absence you were strong. To tell the whole damn story, it's gonna take 1,000 songs. One day we'll sing about it, bless it all. Bless the big oak table passed down through the family. Bless your nanas, the grubs that you take outside in the week. Bless those messy hands and fingerprints you have to clean. Bless the way their hair curls round their ears in little rings. If you do it right, you hope that they will never know how hard it really was, how close that you were to the road. And thank God for your sister who picks up those late night calls. One day we'll sing about it, bless it all. Bless it all, bless it all. One day we'll sing about it, bless it all. Last year you lost your job and the creditors came calling. Bless the envelope of cash you found hidden in the closet. Bless the night you sat and wondered if you'd ever make it. Bless every room you walked into and thought you had to fake it. And bless the ups and downs of this big Ferris wheel ride. And bless the starting over, bless the swallowing your pride. And bless the first red maple on the first blue day of fall. One day we'll sing about it, bless it all. Bless it all, bless it all. One day we'll sing about it, one day we'll tell the sit on.